Morning everyone, and welcome to the flute practice. So I've been, practicing, doing my thing, and yesterday evening I noticed I got a bit of pain in my hand over there. So I thought, why not use my experiences and let's have a chat about it. Okay, so first things first, you got pain in any form, just really stop playing. For me last night, I was practicing the whole day and I didn't even notice there was anything wrong or that there was a bit of pain or discomfort. It only kind of came up in the evening, which often happens, but we need to just be kind of hyper aware of these things and step it back straight away. Especially for something that feels like a more inflammatory response. Inflammatory, you could probably say both, is ice. You just want to kind of get good old ice pack. So I'll show you what I did or what I'm doing, just putting it on there. I like these kind of like more bendy ones because I feel like I can really kind of put it over the affected area properly, and you want to ice it for a good 10 minutes. I think your next step is going to be heat pack. I'm going to preface this by saying that some people think that for inflammation you should only treat with ice because you want to kind of draw out that heat. It's one of those things, just trying both ice and heat and seeing which one actually works better, especially because we're not doctors, we're not medics, we are just average musicians that are trying to figure out why it's hurting. This nice little pack doubles as a heat pack, so I can kind of just heat it up and put it on there as well. You can try doing 10 minutes ice, 10 minutes heat, kind of alternating between the two. So a little trick I learned in Austria, and you're gonna laugh, it sounds a bit crazy, but take cottage cheese. Yeah, cottage cheese. Just plain old kind of cottage cheese. This one's flavored, probably not the best idea, unless you want like a yummy tasting finger. Put that in a towel or a cloth, and you put that over the affected area. Apparently cottage cheese has something in it that helps draw out the heat and inflammation. Give it a try, see how it works for you. If you like it, it's a kind of nice household trick. So the next thing you want to do is just putting on some kind of a ointment or cream. Arnica cream is great, really great. Anything, if you don't like the kind of real hardcore stuff, that's fine. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really like to kid around with the stuff. I usually just kind of hit it straight all the way, Voltaren gel or something which has got anti-inflammatory properties. Do what works for you, so whatever you're comfortable with and whatever works. So depending on the type of pain, often if it's more, if you can feel it's maybe more of a muscle pain, you feel like your muscles are stiff or tired or sore, massaging it's really going to help. If you do feel like it's more of a muscle tension pain kind of a thing, you're probably going to find that the heat works better than the ice because it's going to help really relax that area. Obviously nothing that's going to hurt, so if it's hurting or if you feel like it's getting worse or making it worse, just rather be conservative in your self-treatment, because we're going to talk about when it's time to actually go and speak to somebody and see somebody in a minute. But always err on the side of conservative treatment rather than trying out sort of like, Dr. Tats, let's go. Going back to the heat idea, this is actually something that I learned when I had my finger injury, which was caused by slamming it on the door. Was just to take warm water and put some kind of salts in it. So Epsom salts are just the best. But any kind of, like, you get those special, aromatherapy, muscle relaxing, whatever salts. And you put some in there and you just kind of swivel. For me, my hand, I kind of did these sort of swiveling movements with my hand. This is particularly great, obviously, for you. It's a bit hard to like kind of put your whole arm in the water. Probably not so practical. Maybe just have a bath rather. But just doing a really gentle kind of rotation exercises or movement exercises, particularly great if you are now deciding time to get back into playing. Or try get back into playing. This is when you are going to really want to make sure you've warmed up properly. Please check out the video. So when you do go back to playing, please do this with caution. So in your head, always go back to the point that whatever you're going to do is a small step up from just not playing at all. So your premise is you're not playing, you're not allowed to play, you're not allowed to practice, and everything you do above and beyond that is just to try and test to see how it's going. So don't dive straight back into your practicing as soon as kind of the Voltaren's kicked in and you're feeling good. I mean, I have no pain right now. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. But I can bet your bottom dollar if I get back into that practice room and practice like I did yesterday, I'm going to be sore this evening, and it'll probably be worse. So for me, I firstly want to identify why. Why is it hurting? It's not something that has, I think maybe a few years ago I had a bit of a problem there. It's not something that's hurt for a long time. It's possible that my breaks were not rigorous enough. I think, being bad, but we all do this. We kind of get excited about practicing and then we just forget to take breaks. So that's a possibility. Another possibility is that I maybe have been practicing more than I usually do. I'm kind of quite free at the moment, so I'm just practicing however I feel, which is sometimes, sometimes we've got to be a bit more planned and careful about this. It's also possible that the repertoire I'm playing at the moment is a bit hectic or more hectic than usual. I'm preparing for a competition, so there's that extra kind of pressure and stress on me. And another very important thing, sometimes bad habits and bad kind of techniques just kind of slip back into our playing, or completely new habits slip into our playing. It is very possible that any or all of these things have happened. So I need to cover my bases and make sure I'm, not doing any of those things. Taking more breaks now. I'm going to ease into my practicing very slowly. I'm just going to, really lots of slow practice. Figure out if I'm feeling stressed, maybe de-stress a little bit. Very importantly, I'm also going to assess what's actually going on, why that specific part of the body. Now, please don't get frustrated. I know it may feel like you're incapacitated. Oh my goodness, I'm going to lose a day of practice. But there's so many things you can do. And in fact, your practicing is really going to benefit from it. I'm going to do some tone today. I'm going to, have some fun with tone exercises. I don't need my fingers too much for that, so that's great. There are also tons of exercises you can do without your instrument, Also, the articulation exercises you can do. You can do mental rehearsal, which is so fantastic, and we should really be doing more of it. Maybe you've got to memorize your pieces. You could do that. Maybe you want to read up your pieces or listen to some great recordings. There's so many things we can do without our instruments, so don't kid yourself into thinking, I can't play, I can't practice. Okay, so finally, I just want to have a quick chat about what we're going to do if this problem persists. If this is something that you cannot figure out on your own, so maybe you can't figure out why you have this pain, or you can't figure out what in your technique or posture is causing this pain, I've said it before, I'll say it again, go see somebody, go see a teacher, go see an Alexander technique teacher or Feldenkrais body mapping, whatever, go see somebody. After a couple of days, a week, depending how severe the pain is, depending how much, how concerning it is, go see a professional, go see a doctor, a specialist, somebody who knows what physiologically is going on in your body. A shoulder or neck back kind of a problem. I am by no means any kind of a medical, professional specialist. I'm also just a musician that is telling you what I do. So when and how you go and see somebody about the pain you're experiencing is going to be very dependent on your particular pain and experience you've got, as well as your personal preference. I'm going to kind of cover my bases here and say you rather want to be safe than sorry. So if you're questioning or concerned or worrying or thinking about it, rather see somebody than don't. Cool. That's kind of my process in the last few hours. It's feeling much better. I think really important, and I'm going to say this again and again and again and again, this is so normal. It's not normal to play through pain. It is not normal. Pain, that whole no pain, no gain thing is just, like 20 years ago maybe, but that is not normal. But the fact that we do get aches and pains, the fact that we do get problems is normal, just as much as it's normal for athletes. We have to prepare for it, we have to be ready for it, and we have to be aware of it. And I think that is where the power comes, that is where our real strength comes in. So running away from it, or be feeling ashamed about it, or thinking, what's wrong with me? What did my body do? Why can't my body deal with this? Just stop all those kinds of thoughts. It's just not true. People just don't talk about it. That's basically it. So treat yourself with love and care, my friends, and see you in the practice room soon again. Happy healing.